Hey, Bob, are we doing heats for this deal again?
Yes, sir. Qualifying heats, everything.
Great.
down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down in the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. Been real bad. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down in the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt.
All right, race fans, here we are at the legendary Knoxville Speedway for the Knoxville Nationals with Hold My Beer Racing tonight. We're going to have some heat races, possibly a consolation race, and then a main event. We've got the drivers out there qualifying, putting down their laps right now. Currently leading the pack is the number 7 car, Bobby Rafferty. James Lehman in the number 8 car is second fastest. Third fastest is Kyle Chadwick in the number 88. And Wesley Holland in the number 4. Unfortunately, I can't show you that because I came in as a driver instead of as a spectator. So got about a minute and a quarter left in qualifying. We'll be going into our heat races, and should be a good show tonight. Big names out there tonight. We got a lot of good guys from Dirt Race and Rafferty, Lehman, Chadwick, Holland, Thornhill, Bob Wells, Abbott, Quick, Haney, just to name a few. So got a pretty good car count here tonight. Believe we're gonna have about 17 cars trying to make it in. I believe only 14 will make it from the heat races and the transfer, if there is a transfer race. I forgot to check that out before I came in. So about 20 more seconds or so, and we're gonna find out exactly who is starting where in which heat race, and we'll have a lineup and we'll get to racing. It's going to be a great evening here at Knoxville. This bit of a flatter track. Go ahead and bring up the track info. It's about a half mile. Not a lot of banking. Track temp is currently at 82.87 degrees. There's your weather for right now. And we do have cars starting to grid up, so let's go ahead and go blimp. And I'll give you your starting lineup. So for heat race number 1, we've got the number 7 car of Bobby Rafferty. In the number 4 car, Wesley Holland. In the number 18 car, you're going to have Daniel Ferguson. In that black and green flamed sprint car there, we're going to have the 13 of Brian Abbott. And the 556 of Bill Paradise will be starting 5th. And there, the number 87 jumps in. Going to be rolling off 6th is going to be Keith Haney in that number 87 car. So we're going to have six cars in the heat race here, in this first heat race. And we're going to see who advances to the main. I'm not sure. Again, I think it's 14 total cars, so I'm not sure how many will transfer out of each heat. But every position is going to count, especially towards that starting position for the main race. So should be kind of interesting here. We'll probably have a warm-up lap, and then we'll be going green. As I said, Bobby Rafferty will be leading us down in that number 7 car. Driver's getting ready to do business here. It looks like heading down the backstretch, we should see the pace car pull off at some point, and we're going to go green flag. Pace car is off. Number 7 to Rafferty goes. We are green. Rafferty gets a great jump on the number 4 car, Wesley Holland. Wesley Holland, it currently sits in that 2nd position. Daniel Ferguson in 3rd. Brian Abbott in 4th, with Keith Haney passing Bill Paradise there on the start. Drops it down low. Going to try to get underneath the 13 of Brian Abbott. He's got a good run down the backstretch. Let's see. He throws it in low. Going to see if he can. And nope, can't slide it up. Loses a little bit of momentum. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. We'll check back up front real quick. Bobby Rafferty is still running solid line, solid laps. Let's jump back just a little bit in the field. Keith Haney's got to run again, once again on the number 13 car. We'll see if he throws it in and pulls a slide job. Not quite a full slide job, but he does get good grip through that middle lane. It looks like he will take over the 4th position, move Keith Haney on up to 4th. Brian Abbott not going to give up, coming back on that outside lane Throws it in to turns 3, coming out of 4, tries to duck underneath. Nothing doing. Keith Haney's running that middle line, allowing Mr. Abbott to get below him. Abbott now has a little bit of a run down there on the backstretch. Side by side through 3 and 4. They almost touch, keeping it off of each other. Abbott now with the... Yes, Abbott now with the position. Keith Haney tries the crossover. Does not work. Keith Haney has to get out of it. Almost side by side now with Bill Paradise. Bill Paradise throwing it in down low. Haney with top side momentum. He's going to keep that. We need to jump back up front. 2 laps to go for our leader in the number 7 car, Bobby Rafferty, sorry. Wesley Holland, your second place car. Daniel Ferguson in 3rd. Brian Abbott currently holding on to that 4th position. Keith Haney in 5th. And Bill Paradise in 6th. Final lap here. We're going to see. This could get interesting, folks. Keith Haney might have to try to pull a slide job here. Does not get down far enough to do it. Looking for some bite off the bottom. Not going to get there. That is going to do it. Your finishing order of Bobby Rafferty taking the first heat race there. Wesley Holland finished 2nd. And we are getting ready to grid up for our 2nd heat race. As the drivers start to get lined up here, we'll wait until we get a couple more of the drivers gridded up. Here we go. Alrighty, James Lehman will be on the inside here to start the race. Anthony Santoro will be lined up in the 2nd position on the outside of James Lehman. Brandon Thornhill will be rolling off in 3rd. His outside will be the 27 of John Waters, and in the back of the pack will be the number 21 of Kim Quick. Of course, showing Ronald Klein up there. That's me. I'll be your announcer for the evening, so I will not be in the race. Funny thing is, the 21, growing up racing, the 21 was in a mini sprint car. I used to see all the time. Kim Munterfaring. Pretty interesting. Kim Quick and Kim Munterfaring sharing the same first name, running the same number. Anyways, we'll be doing a quick warm-up lap here, and then we'll be off and running to the races, as they say. Looking off that nose camera of James Lehman. A rear view action. Not going to be able to see much from that. Going to see if we might be able to have a different camera angle here. Probably have to go in the cockpit for you in order for you to actually see this. So, but we're going to go back to this view here, TV 2. Alright, this time by the pace truck should be dipping on off. We should be going green. James Lehman's going to lead them to the green flag. Looks like once the pace car is off, the leader has the ability to go on at his discretion. James Lehman off, and away he goes. Gets a good jump on the field that's going to set him apart just a little bit. That number 68 taking a nice jump there on that inside line, taking over that 2nd position. That'll knock Anthony Santoro back to 3rd, John Waters 4th, and Kim Quick rounds out the field in the 5th position, going back to Anthony Santoro. Anthony keeping about the same distance between he and Brandon and he and John Waters. Brandon Thornhill looks like he may be closing in ever so slightly to the car of James Lehman. We'll ride on board here for a lap and see what it looks like from Brandon's perspective. That 8 car is out there, and that 8 car is quick. 5 laps to go before at the line. Looks like Thornhill losing just a little bit of time somewhere. Starting to drift back from that number 8 car. James Lehman and Anthony Santoro starting to close in just a little bit. We look back at John Waters. John Waters trying to close in on the third place position of Anthony Santoro. Kim Quick still running towards the back of the pack here. Must not have the right setup on that car. I know Kim is usually very quick, so interesting. And as we cross the line, we've got 2 laps to go. Anthony Santoro still about the same distance. Everybody kind of running exactly where they were, with the exception of Brandon Thornhill getting that great jump on the start. We are on the final lap. We're going to watch our leader, James Lehman, come out of 4 for the final time in the heat race. Got that right front up in the air, takes the win, followed by Brandon Thornhill, Anthony Santoro, John Waters, and Kim Quick. Sorry about that ding in the background. That was my phone going off. As we have our third heat race getting ready to line up and go to war. All right, looks like the gentlemen are lined up and ready to go. We're going to be rolling them on out right now. So starting off in the pole position is going to be the number 88 of Kyle Chadwick. Rolling off second on his outside is going to be the number 73 of JJ Garrett. Second row inside is going to be the number 42 Channel Lock sprint car driven by Bob Wells. On his outside, our broadcaster for Loose Lug Nuts, Mr. Matt Egan, in the 02 Octane sprint car. Mr. James Haney, number 55, looking like he's sporting some kind of Ford emblem on his car. And the 088 of Kent Connolly, it looks like he's got the Skull Bandit car out there tonight. So another 6-car field getting ready to go green here. See what Chadwick can do. Pace car is about to duck off. Chadwick away, gets a great jump on the field. That's going to allow him to get clear. The 42 does the same thing we saw in the last heat race. Going to be interesting to see if he can hold it, though. As we go down into 3, he was unable to hold it, but does have the high side. We'll see if that carries momentum. As it does, Bob Wells able to hold on to that second place for the time being, rolling that outside. JJ Garrett hot on his heels, now being tracked down by Matt Egan. Matt Egan throwing her to the outside, taking the high side. Right on that right rear of JJ Garrett. Matt Egan not going to give up. He's still going to try to run him down. He runs him on the outside, has the momentum and clears him. JJ Garrett falling all the way from the second starting position back to 4th position. Matt Egan doing a great job. Moves on up into the 3rd position. We're watching JJ Garrett now in the Cat Mobile there, trying to work his way back forward and get back around those cars in front of him. Mr. James Haney running in the 5th position. And the 088 of Kent Connolly, not the normal that we see out of Kent Connolly. We usually see him up further in the field, going back up to see what's going on up front. It looks like Kyle Chadwick is checking out and running away. Bob Wells holding on to that second place position as the 42, the 02 of Matt Egan, and the 73 of JJ Garrett all kind of starting to tighten up. Field getting a little bit closer together here with 3 laps to go. Going to be 2 when we cross the line. Egan losing just a little bit of speed off that top side, it looks like. Garrett unable to make up for it. 2 laps to go, folks. 2 laps to go. Coming to 1 to go. Bob Wells in second. Matt Egan in third. JJ Garrett in fourth as Egan almost gets the wall. Here we go. Final lap. Egan takes it way high. Garrett way low. Loses it. Spins around. He goes down for a ride. Chadwick takes the win coming out of 4. Bob Wells, your second place finisher. Matt Egan, your third place finisher. James Haney will finish 4th. Connolly will finish 5th. And unfortunately, JJ Garrett had that incident hit the inside curb there and upset the car. And that's going to put him more than likely in a consolation race. Wait to see what happens here as we get ready to grid for our next race. As expected, this will be the consolation race. We'll wait for these drivers to get gridded up and we'll look through. Alrighty, folks, I'm not sure. Might be transferring all of these drivers. So here we go, looking at the number 18 car of Daniel Ferguson. He's going to be rolling us off in the pole position. To his outside, we're going to have the 02 car of Matt Egan. Number 27 car will be lining up in the second row on the inside. That'll be John Waters. To his outside is going to be Keith Haney and Kent Connolly. And the 088 will be rounding out your field. So I'm not sure if there's going to be yet another consolation race or what. Not exactly sure, but this is what we've got right now. This is considered the C main. I'm looking at the sessions right now. This is considered the C main, and then we're going to have a B main. I'm not sure exactly how it all plays out, but we saw some heat races. This is the C main. We'll see a B main, and then we're going to see the feature race. We roll down the back stretch here. Pace car will be pace truck actually will be ducking off this time. Daniel Ferguson will be leading us off. Matthew Egan's going to be on his outside. We'll see if it's the same story with Waters and Egan. Egan probably not wanting. And here we go. The 18 under power and scoots away. Egan having the same issues as... No, he's able to clear on the outside, actually. Matthew Egan taking the outside and was able to hold off the charge by John Waters on that inside. Ferguson starting to slip away just a little bit. Egan's trying to run him down. Good battle back here for third, fourth, and fifth. Waters has it. Haney wants it. Look at Kent Connolly bringing up the rear of the field. He's not that far back, but he is back there. John Waters now almost to the rear of Matt Egan. Egan gonna throw a block to the high side. That's gonna allow Haney to come down to the low side. Unable to complete the pass. Egan up in the marbles. There's some grip probably up there, but it also will slow you down. You get too far up into those marbles. Egan rolling that high side, trying to keep the momentum. Haney takes the outside as well. He does not clear Waters, but he does run him to the outside. Oh, as the 87 and 27 get together, but still keep it going. Both okay. 87 of Keith Haney now takes over the third position. Haney now setting his sights on that 0-2 of Matthew Egan. Up front, Daniel Ferguson just done checked out. We got 4 laps to go, 3 when they cross the line. Matthew Egan under fire from the number 87 car. Egan moving up higher and higher each lap. 87 gets some good bite off the bottom as we got a car that goes around in the back there. Looks like the car of John Waters gets going. Will not be a caution flag. The 87 overtakes the 0-2 while we weren't looking. We'll see if he can make it stick. The 0-2 is going to have a good run. Going to throw it in down low. Not going to be able to complete the pass. 1 lap to go. Daniel Ferguson gonna take the checkered flag and win the C main, followed by the 87 of Keith Haney, Matthew Egan, Kent Connolly, and John Waters. This will be your B main as the drivers start to get lined up. We got the 5 car, excuse me, not the 05, but the 5 car of Anthony Santoro going to be taking us on the pole position. Number 13 of Brian Abbott going to be outside pole. Number 55 of James Haney in that Ford powered sprint car. Will be rolling off third. The number 21 of Kim Quick in that Snap-on Tools sprint car going to be rolling off fourth. And Bill Paradise in the 556 will be rolling off in fifth, waiting to see if the number 73 of JJ Garrett shows up or not. He may have broke, may have taken it to the hauler, and may be done for the evening, unfortunately. So this is now your B main. As we watch the number 5 car of Anthony Santoro getting ready to take the green flag here. We'll see the pace car drop on off. Anthony will lead us to the green. Expect it to come here shortly. There it is. Green flag's out. The number 5 gets a great start. 13 of Brian Abbott. Not with a horrible start. Inside line did not go very well. That allowed Brian Abbott to move on up to the second. Oh, and Abbott into the wall. No caution flag. James Haney will take over. I'm sorry. The 21 of Kim Quick has taken over the second place position. Bill Paradise runs third and James Haney fourth. Brian Abbott back in fifth position. Major damage, taking it down to the pits. Santoro out front. Has a 1.5 second lead over Kim Quick. We look at Kim Quick. Kim Quick taking us through the corner here. Hear that engine bog just a little bit. Battle is for third place. Bill Paradise, James Haney going at it side by side. Paradise to the outside. Can he keep it? He does. Clears James Haney. Haney slinging it up to the high side. 4 laps to go. Anthony Santoro still out in front, putting a gap of 2.5 seconds now on Kim Quick. Bill Paradise and James Haney. This is the battle. Not sure how many cars transfer from this. I'm gonna believe that it's 3 cars, maybe 3 cars. We had 3 heats. I think top 2 from each one. Not exactly sure. Haney with a run down low, gonna throw it in and see if it'll stick. It does stick. They come out side by side. Haney not willing to give up, giving it everything he's got. 2 laps to go. Gonna need a good run off the corner here for any chance of passing. Just cannot get it done right now as he slides up. Final lap. And there was a caution. Not exactly sure what happened there, folks. I'm not sure if there was a glitch or what. The race is over. Your leader or your winner. All right. Looks like there is a little warm up here, so I'm gonna take a couple minutes, grab a drink, and be back for the main event here. See you in a few seconds. All right, race fans, we are back. Warm-up is over. They're going to be gridding up here shortly. We'll see who gets to line up where. We will have a 14-car field. All right, here we go. Wesley Holland's going to lead us off. He will be on the pole position. The number 4 Freaky Fast sprint car of Wesley Holland will be out there on the front row. Take a look at that Freaky Fast machine. On his outside, we got the number 88 of Kyle Chadwick. Rolling off third should have been James Lehman. Lehman may be having some difficulties. Hopefully he'll make it into the race. Rolling off fourth will be Bobby Rafferty. Rolling off fifth will be Brandon Thornhill. Sixth will be Bob Wells. Seventh will be Daniel Ferguson. Eighth will be Anthony Santoro. Ninth will be Keith Haney. 10th will be Kim Quick in the number 21. Matthew Egan rolling off 11th. Bill Paradise rolling off 12th. Kent Connolly rolling off 13th. And James Haney rounding out the field with your 14-car field of sprint cars for the Knoxville Nationals, getting ready to go green. Wesley Holland out and away, gets a good jump on the field. Got 28 laps to go here. Gonna need to go to a different camera angle, get a little bit wider, and try to catch some of this action here in the field. We've got cars racing all over the place. Bob Wells sitting back in 6th place under fire from the number 87 car of Keith Haney. Wells to the outside, Haney to the inside. James Lehman did not make the field, folks. Wanted to make an update on that. Wesley Holland out to a nice little lead. Kyle Chadwick under fire. Loses the spot to Brandon Thornhill. Brandon Thornhill up to 2nd place. Bobby Rafferty, one of your heat race winners, now in 4th place. Bob Wells solidly in 5th place. Keith Haney in 6th. Daniel Ferguson in 7th. Egan in 8th. Anthony Santoro. Oh, and we got one in the wall. That's the 21 of Kim Quick. No, it was not. Was that Connolly? Connolly. Will this bring out the caution flag? No, it will not. I do believe we just saw the 8 car of James Lehman out on the track, unfortunately missing the start of the race. Wesley Holland still up front. Brandon Thornhill in 2nd. Battle heating up. That third position is switching hands. Bobby Rafferty, one of your heat race winners, making it through up to 3rd place now, going after 2nd. Brandon Thornhill will be his next target. Rafferty throws it in there. Going to have battles all over the field. Probably not going to be able to cover every single one of them. Hottest one right now is probably between Bob Wells and Keith Haney, or Rafferty and Thornhill. Rafferty does the slide job, gets past Thornhill. Thornhill thinking about doing it back. Didn't have the angle to do it. That'll put Rafferty up to 2nd place. Rafferty definitely found something, has something, knows something that these other guys don't. Seems to be a little bit quicker. Go back and look at that battle between Bob Wells and Keith Haney. Keith Haney not able to get past Bob Wells, go back up front. Wesley Holland still up in front. Rafferty trying to chase him down. Lead now down to 0.299. Now a quarter second. He's just a little under a quarter second. He keeps cutting just a little bit off. Run lap 11 of 28. Don't want to move away from this because I think the lead, we may have a lead change sooner than later. Rafferty lost a little bit of momentum there in that. In that exit of turn 2. Decides to take it to the high side this time and see what he can do. Gets a nice drive off. Throws it in low. He's going to try a slide job on the number 4. Little crossover from the 4. 4 slides right back up in front of him. Another one coming. As Holland and the 7 bump. Oh, that's going to be trouble. As they both go up. That's going to bring out a caution. Brandon Thornhill takes over the lead. Very unfortunate for the number 4 car and the 7 car of Bobby Rafferty. They got tangled up going for the lead. That is going to send them probably deep in the field. Some tempers flaring, I do believe, folks. Not sure exactly what happened, but I'm going to keep the cameras off that for the time being. Unfortunately, with that incident, that may have taken out a couple of guys. Number 68 car of Brandon Thornhill is in the lead. Number 88 of Kyle Chadwick will move up into the second position. Number 42 of Bob Wells. He's going to be right there in that third position. Let's take a look at Bob Wells up close and personal. Number 42 car, Bob Wells rolling in third position currently. Number 18 of Daniel Ferguson back there in fourth. About Matt Egan. Matt Egan starting deep in the field. Worked his way up to fifth position already. Number 5 car of Anthony Santoro's rolling in the sixth position. 21 of Kim Quick in seventh. 55 of James Haney in eighth. 556 of Bill Paradise in ninth. And Bobby Rafferty, after all of that, will be rolling back off in the 10th position. Wesley Holland being shown 2 laps down. Keith Haney 3 laps down. James Lehman 7 laps down. And Kent Connolly being shown 10 laps down. So unfortunately, those gentlemen have probably parked it for the evening. We're going to be going back green flag race, and that 68 takes the green flag and off he goes. Going to throw it into the turn and see what happens. Chadwick on the outside, way up high in the marbles, getting a great run off. Thornhill throwing it down low, losing just a little bit of momentum. Chadwick with a huge run to the outside. Chadwick just stalking that number 68, rolling that high side, keeping his momentum up. 68 is bound and determined to leave it down on towards the bottom. We see the number 4 car of Wesley Holland coming back out probably after some damage was repaired. Great little battle going on for the lead here between Kyle Chadwick and Brandon Thornhill. Thornhill's got something working here. We jump back and look at Matt Egan. Matt Egan still in that 5th position, fighting off the number 5 car of Anthony Santoro. We need to check back up front, see if anything's changed. 88 way up in the marbles, trying to catch that number 68 of Brandon Thornhill. Brandon Thornhill putting a little bit of distance between him and Kyle Chadwick. Now as we get a 3-wide situation going on, Santoro gets by the 02 of Egan. The number 7 of Rafferty gets by the 02 of Egan. Egan gonna throw it in way low. Surprised there wasn't more contact there. Jump back up front. Brandon Thornhill still leading. We need to jump back to this group of cars here where all the action is. I tell you what, the 0-2 of Matt Egan gets back by Santoro. Wesley Howland, even though a few laps down, still fast, chasing down Matt Egan. Rafferty has made his way up to the 5th position, going after the number 18 for the 4th position. Bob Wells sits comfortably right now in the 3rd position. Chadwick in the 2nd position. Thornhill, your leader, with 3 laps to go. There's a 1.3 second gap between those two. Something has happened to Bobby Rafferty. Not sure exactly what, but something has happened. Back to the front, 2 laps to go. Going to be 1 to go when they cross the line. Brandon Thornhill wanting to win on dirt. Can't get it done in the late models here recently. Strong competition out there, but he's got something going in the sprint cars tonight. Final lap, Brandon Thornhill out in front. Kyle Chadwick running 2nd, 1.3 seconds back. Bob Wells in 3rd. Daniel Ferguson 4th. Matt Egan 5th. Not a lot's going to change. We're going to watch Brandon Thornhill come across the line and win the Knoxville Nationals here at Hold My Beer Racing. Some great racing there. All right, let's see who all we've got. We've got the 3rd place finisher. We've got the 2nd place finisher. And we have our winner. So let's start it off with the number 42 car of Big Bad Bob Wells. Bring him on up here and let's give him a shout.
User was moved to your channel.
Bob Wells is Ron Klein up in the booth, sir. You get a copy.
Yes, sir.
All right, Bob. Talk to me about the race. Talk to me about the racing tonight. Quite interesting chain of events. We watched the heat races and wasn't really sure who was transferring, how many were transferring. Just overall a very interesting format, and 14 cars to decide this thing. Talk to me about the race.
Yeah, these guys, as a whole, this group, man, they put on a good race. These cars, by themselves, easy to drive, but, things happen so fast, and you get to racing each other, and, little mistakes are pretty easy to make, especially in that track, gets glossed up and starts getting slick. Congrats to Brandon, though. He did a good job. I did way better than I thought I would. With the 3rd here tonight, Haney and I, we had a good battle there going, and cool Kyle Chadwick, he did a good job, too. But, just proud of these guys, man. As a group, this whole group put on a good show tonight, I think.
Absolutely. Well, it was a blast up here calling the race. Hope you guys enjoy it. Go back, take a peek at it, like, subscribe, whatever, that whole deal. Any shout outs you want to give, and wrap this thing up and move on to 2nd place?
Yeah, first and foremost, Ron, I just want to thank you for streaming the race tonight as a favor. I think that was an awesome thing. I want to thank our multi-league racing partners. Got Kent and Jimmy Todd over there at Revved Up, Kim Quick over at Fast Line, of course, George Jones and the guys over at Crankenstein. Huge shout out to Mr. Hedrick at Loose Lug Nuts for his support for this event. Third Rock Racing, they showed some support as well, and I appreciate that. Of course, Over the Top Paints and Designs, look your best on the track. Look over the top, and huge thank you to anybody that's watching, and shout out to my dad. I think he might be checking this action out too, and we tried to get one for you, but third was all we had for these guys.
I wish I could interview more people. I might grab one more guy just because right at the end, Matt Egan, because he broadcast for us, and I was just so impressed with his run tonight, I might have to pull him up. But huge congratulations to you on 3rd place. Thanks for allowing me to do this, and we'll see you at the next one, okay?
You bet, guy.
User was
all right, we're going to bring up our 2nd place finisher of Kyle Chadwick. Kyle Chadwick, you got a copy, sir?
I do.
All right, sir. One spot short, but talk to me about your night. Are you happy? Are you upset? Or what are you feeling right now?
I'm happy with it. I don't have a lot of dirt experience, and I had probably like a fifth place car, so I'm happy with second.
Copy that. We saw you pretty strong throughout the entire evening. Um, was expecting to see you run up towards the front, to be honest, and I didn't think that you were a fifth place car. I thought you were kind of a top three-ish car. I know that there was some extenuating circumstances, but congratulations on finishing second tonight in the I believe this is the inaugural Knoxville Nationals. Anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Thanks for you guys to broadcasting it. Thanks for Bob putting the show on. Thanks for everyone. Good racing.
Copy that. There you go, folks. There's your second place finisher, Kyle Chadwick. Bring it home in the second position, doing himself better than he thought. Thanks, Kyle, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
All right, and with that, we're going to go ahead and bring up our winner for the evening. His name is Brandon Thornhill. It's going to become a household name if he keeps running like this. How about it, Brandon Thornhill? You get a copy.
What's up, man? I finally got something and didn't choke at the end. How you like that?
Well, I had said that, you're pretty darn good on dirt. Late models haven't exactly gone your way, but, man, you were pretty strong all night long. You ran that thing, you weren't in the lead until the end, but you were right there in the heat races and whatnot. And, yeah, you had an interesting line. I'm not going to lie, on that restart when we went back green, you were the leader. I kind of questioned your line, but it turned out to work in your favor. Talk to me about that specifically. Actually, kind of a unique line. I was surprised.
Yeah, well, I knew just starting out we were going to be powering the cars up, and I didn't want to move down to where it's slick because I was kind of having to tow that line on the bottom, and I didn't want to move in it with still trying to get the car up to speed and light the tires up. I was afraid of losing some speed, so I wanted to build up some speed before I started trying to carry my momentum on the bottom. But it worked out, It was a lot of fun. I hate that Wes and Bobby wrecked it like that. I felt like I was running them down. I was hoping we'd have a good three-way battle.
There were some good battles throughout the field. Some of them were too difficult to catch. There was a good racing throughout the field, but tonight's all about you, man. I believe inaugural winner of the Knoxville Nationals here at Knoxville Speedway. How does that sound, man? You're a Knoxville National champion.
Hey, man, that's got a good ring to it. I like the sound of that.
Well, I hope you enjoy the win. Before I let you go, any shout outs that you'd like to give?
I'd like to give a shout out to Matt Egan for giving me a hand tonight, and all the guys at Blow By Racing, Corey, Cody, all those guys. Man, we run together week in and week out, and they kind of restored my faith in the dirt on iRacing. So I got to give a shout out to those guys as well, and you. Thanks for doing this, man. I appreciate it.
Copy that. Not a problem. Well, if you I'm sure other guys have already congratulated you, but congratulations on winning the Knoxville Nationals. Heck of a job, and we'll see you at the next one, okay?
All right, man. You too.
All right, and that is our winner for the Knoxville Nationals. Now, I am going to go ahead and bring up our fifth place finisher of Matt Egan. Matt Egan usually broadcasting for Loose Lug Nuts and probably some other leagues, but Matt Egan, you got a copy, sir?
Yes, I do got a copy.
All right, I brought you up here because you're kind of the dark horse of the night. You really surprised me throughout the night where you're running, picking off people, and you managed to come home in fifth. Usually we don't, in broadcasting, we don't do fifth place finish interviews, but I wanted to grab you because I thought that you were among the most impressive drivers out there tonight. So talk to me about your night and how things went.
Well, first off, thank you very much, man. That means a lot to hear that, I ran good. But yeah, no, it was an awesome night. The car just felt amazing all around. I had a lot of help from Brandon Thornhill. I was running with him tonight, and he gave me a lot of good pointers with this car and told me how to run it, and it really showed. Because coming into it, I had a little bit of practice, but I didn't know exactly what I was doing. But yeah, Brandon kind of guided me and talked me through my heat race and through the C main, really got me to where I needed to be so I could run it good in the feature, and I think that really showed. So without him, I don't think I would have ran as well. So I got to thank him a lot. But it was awesome to run.
Well, that's pretty cool. So talk to me about that. Have you been through one of these types of events where you've run the heat and then the C main and then the feature? Because I thought I was a dummy. I didn't look at everything beforehand and see how many places and whatnot were going to transfer. I think you finished third in your heat race, if I'm not mistaken. I had thought that you were. I thought that you were going to transfer based off of your heat place, where you finished in your heat race. So, talk to us a little bit about the ups and downs of that. You run well in the heat, but it's not good enough to make it directly to the feature race. So, talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've ran in these events before with Bob's League, and it's always really fun to do. And obviously, I would have loved to finish second or even won that heat, and then wouldn't have had to worry about that C main. But I finished third. I was really happy with that. I mean, I was disappointed, not to transfer, but I was like, okay, I knew I had that C main to do, and I knew the top four were going to transfer, so I wasn't too stressed out. But yeah, I've done these events before, and they're really fun. It adds a whole new level of I guess racing to it, a whole new level of stress almost, because you have to worry about finishing well in the heats, and it's just really exciting and really fun to do.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. You gave us plenty of excitement tonight. Like I said, you were kind of my dark horse. If you had pulled this off, I probably would be shouting right now. But fifth place finish, very respectable. Congratulations on a fifth place finish, and thanks for coming up and spending a little bit of time with us. Any shout outs you want to give before I let you go and wrap this thing up?
Oh, I have a lot of shout outs to give. First off, I want to shout out my number one sponsor, Octane Race Products. They sell some amazing racing gear and racing parts, so check them out. Of course, American Sim Network, my broadcasting company. Got to plug myself. We'll be live tomorrow night, Loose Lug Nuts Truck Series. I'm sure everyone's going to want to watch that. SimSpeedShop.com, Pine Creek Railroad, A&L Foods, Old School's graphic designs, of course, by Team Hillhaven Motorsports. I'm so happy to get to run with them and run for them. It's a great opportunity. And of course, like I said, Brandon Thornhill. Without him, I don't think I would have even had a shot at a shot in the feature here tonight. So he helped me a lot, and that was really awesome.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, we appreciate your time. Congratulations on a fifth place finish in the inaugural Knoxville Nationals. Have yourself a great night, and hopefully we'll see you at the next one.
Yeah, thank you. I hope to be back.
Alrighty, thank you, sir. All right, folks. That's gonna take care of everything for the night. Kind of ran out of words there. Sorry about that. Your results, which I believe this is the inaugural Knoxville Nationals. Your winner, Brandon Thornhill, taking home the trophy for that thing. Kyle Chadwick in the runner-up position. Bob Wells finishing in third. Daniel Ferguson finishing fourth. Matt Egan, who we just spoke to, finishing fifth. Anthony Santoro finishes sixth. Kim Quick seventh. James Haney in the number 55 finishing eighth. Bill Paradise ninth, and rounding out the top 10 would be the number 7 of Bobby Rafferty. 11th went to Wesley Holland. James Lehman with that issue at the beginning kind of set him back, finished 12th. Keith Haney finished 13th, and Kent Connolly finished 14th. All right, folks, from Exile Broadcasting, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. This was the Knoxville Nationals, brought to you by Hold My Beer Racing. We'll see you at the next one.